July Cup at Newmarket, and that's what I think I think she's the best or third best sprinter in England at the moment. And then just over half a length behind Orajoya in the Vernons at Haydock after a bad run. Well, Leicester didn't get a run at all that day, and a lot of people thought she was squeezed out just before the line. Well, in fact, she was squeezed out just on the line. And Michael Stout today has put the blinkers on her, I think, to give Walter Swinburne a little bit more of a chance on this fast ground to keep her in contention early. But a lovely filly by Habitat, prolific sire of all sorts of winners, up to about a mile. Lovely filly you can see there in the mould of a sprinter, number 9, Defena. People have left the paddock now, but what a lovely paddock it is. And most of the 8 runners are now down at the start. There is number 6, this is Miami Count, with the great man himself in the saddle. And Leicester, in fact, first rode in this race 31 years ago. That was back in 1954. But he had to be content with second place on that occasion. He rode a very good sprinter, a very good dark brown sprinter called March Past, but found that day Scobie Breesley on set fair just half a length too good for him. Well, since that day, he hasn't made too many mistakes in this race. And in fact, in our book, he's won the race on 6 occasions. But Miami Count, a consistent type of colt. He's been running over longer distances than today's, though, and probably showed his best form here at the Royal Meeting when half a length second. That was behind Pennine Walk in the 7 furlong Jersey Stakes. He did have enough speed as a 2-year-old to win over today's distance on 3 occasions. There he is. Let's have a look at the stalls. The machine that he's been into on many an occasion. I wonder what Leicester's thinking at the moment. This, his last season, riding as a professional jockey, and his new profession coming up fast, that as a racehorse trainer. There's number 1, Gabitat. Well, as Peter told us, I should say, he's 6-1 from 5-1 at the moment. He's the best turned out horse in the paddock, and what a tribute he is to Brian Gubby, his trainer, who's done a wonderful job with him. He's had a good season. He's won 2 big races in Germany this year, notably the Golden Whip. That day he beat Orajoya and Miss Stanford, the dead heaters, for second place. He also ran some good races in England, notably when second behind Defena. That was in the Corcanoria Stakes here at the Royal Meeting, but in my day, there was no second on that occasion. He didn't give his running in the Vernons at Haydock on his last start 3 weeks ago, and in fact Paul Cook rode him on that occasion, and Paul said he never really got into the race. Let's have another look at the market.
Defena 11-8 on favourite. Gabitat 6-1. So is Prince Remo. Saylah is 8-1 at opened at 12. Grey Desire and Miami Count 10-1. Case Simpatica 25-1, and Eyes of March 40-1.
There's Defena leading the runners round behind the stall. Defena drawn 2, which is a pretty good draw when the ground's riding fast, because I think they'll finish up on the stands rail. Although the jockeys have chose the latter seasons to race up the middle of the track. It used to be a big advantage to come up the stands rail. We see Grey Desire already in the stalls, in stall 1 in fact, and then Prince Remo already in the stalls. He's in stall 3 with Steve Cawthon looking for his 3rd winner of the meeting, and standing nice and quietly. The jockeys will be looking for a really quick start here, because if you can get half a length out of those stalls at the winning post, funny enough, you can turn that into 2 or 3 lengths sometimes, because on these sprinters, whoever gets the best of the break, you can just give them that little bit of a chance, and the others have got to chase that little bit harder to get to. Just move in a little bit, Prince Remo. I think we've got the last horse going in. I think it's Saylah. So why don't we join Peter?
Yes, that's right, Jimmy. Saylah in. All in. The Trust House 40 Diadem, and they're away. Miami Count breaks very fast in the centre. Lester Piggott and Grey Desire right up there, and it's Grey Desire, Miami Count. Defena running quite fast in the early stages, just in behind Grey Desire, and it's Grey Desire, Miami Count, then Defena, then comes Prince Remo. On the outside, Case Simpatica running down to the 4 furlong pole. Grey Desire from Miami Count and Prince Remo. Case Simpatica on the far side. Defena's tracking Grey Desire. Grey Desire from Miami Count and Prince Remo, then Defena on the right of the picture now in the green blinkers as they come down towards the 2 furlong pole. Great Desire and Dufena. In the centre with a sheepskin noseband, Prince Remo. Kate Simpatica on the far side, being pressed now by Gabitat, who's finishing fast over on the far side, but it's Dufena with the advantage. Dufena being traced by Saylah and Prince Remo, and Gabitat over on the far side. Inside the final furlong, Dufena being pressed by Saylah. Gabitat finishing well over on the far side. Dufena on the near side, Saylah and Dufena, Saylah and Dufena. It's very close between the two. Saylah's won it from Dufena second, Gabitat third. Then came Casey Patagon, Prince Raymond.